Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video what we're going to do is we are going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra versus the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. So we have a bunch of questions that are being submitted from you guys. One of the questions is, if I have the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, do I upgrade to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, which now has the S Pen support? And also there are some people in the market trying to decide between these two smartphones. Not a lot, but a bunch of people are trying to decide which one do I buy, the Note 20 Ultra or the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. So let's go over each point one by one, compare every aspect of these smartphones, and at the end of the video I'm going to give you guys a precise answer on what I think you should do based on what we talk about in this video. Real quick, the price. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is $1,200 and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 is $1,800. So throughout this comparison, just keep that in mind. If you try to buy one over the other, the Fold over the Note, you're paying $800 extra, and if you're upgrading, you're still spending almost $1,000 extra to get the Z Fold 3. Just keep that in your mind as we are doing this comparison to see if there's any value to upgrade or choose between the two. So let's dive in and get started. And the very first thing I do want to talk about actually is the S Pen. I'll let you know right away, if you have a Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, you have the best S Pen setup possible, because the S Pen actually hides in the chassis. You have it with you at all times, and also it is the most advanced S Pen. It is the S Pen that also has the Bluetooth functionality. With the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, you have to buy the S Pen Pro, which is actually $100. Again, the S Pen Pro with the Z Fold 3 that you have to buy for $100 is the same S Pen you get in the body of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Same functionality, same technology. That's one thing. The other thing is, what if you prefer to have a sleek case on your smartphone? So the S21 Ultra and the Z Fold 3 allow you to buy the S Pen separately, but if you want the S Pen with you at all times, you have to buy a case that adds additional bulk to the phone. If you want a nice and thin case like this one right here, so that's the Note 20 Ultra, very thin case, okay? The S Pen is already in there. When you get the Z Fold 3 or the S21 Ultra, you have to buy cases that add additional bulk just to have that S Pen with you at all times, so you're unable to satisfy that special desire to have a nice and thin case if that's what you are into. Just something to consider from a real world perspective. And finally, with the S Pen Pro, if you get that version with all the functionalities, you're gonna have to charge that all the time. So on the rear, you have to remove the cap and charge it with a USB Type-C charger. With the S Pen in the Note 20 Ultra, it charges automatically when you have it in the body. Okay, so that summarizes the first point. When it comes to S Pen, the Note 20 Ultra is in the lead. The S Pen was made for the Note 20 Ultra. It's going to be the best setup you're going to get. So the points in that regard go to Note 20 Ultra. The next thing I want to talk about is the performance. So the Note 20 Ultra has last year's 865 Plus processor, and the Fold has the 888 processor. In real life, there is really no difference between the two. When you look at the benchmarks, the Z Fold 3 is going to yield approximately 15% faster speeds. But that's the benchmarks. In real life, it's hardly impossible to tell that the Note 20 Ultra is slow. It is super smooth, it's super silky, it's buttery smooth, just like the Z Fold 3. Even though the Z Fold 3 has a faster processor, it performs virtually identical. So in that regard, you're not really getting a huge upgrade unless you're interested in that 15% boost. So that's the processor and performance. The next thing I want to talk about also is very important. So both of these phones actually are equally durable, at least from the outside. They're built from Gorilla Glass Victus front and back. That's the latest, most durable Gorilla Glass. Now with the Fold 3, when you unfold it, the interior screen, in fact, is ultra thin glass, which is obviously not as durable as the Gorilla Glass Victus that you find on the exterior of these phones, but it's still 80% more durable than last year's Fold 2. But remember, overall durability score simply goes to the Note 20 Ultra because all around it is in fact Gorilla Glass Victus, and the Fold, when it is unfolded, is more prone to damage. Especially if it slips and falls on the floor, that screen can get some high damage. So another thing to keep in mind, so far it appears that you probably shouldn't upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, but now we're stepping into the displays, and that's a major deal. The whole point of the Z Fold 3 that it is two products. You have a basic phone on the outside, and when you unfold the phone, what you're getting is a mini tablet-like experience. You have a large screen. Of course, you can write with it on the S Pen, so it's a larger canvas if you're an artist, if you're a note taker, or if you just like to sketch ideas. So when it is unfolded, that screen simply is going to be larger than the Note 20 Ultra. And when it's folded, you still have a 120 Hertz, bright display, high quality display. I'm not gonna say anything bad about these displays because Samsung makes the best smartphone displays, whether it is the ultra thin glass or the regular glass. Quality, the sharpness, the crispness of these displays is the same, but with the Fold 3, you are getting two displays and nearly two products, and that's one of its major appeals. Do you like the extra real estate to be able to watch movies in a slightly larger display, to read books, to read articles? That's something you're going to have to decide on, and that's going to be a major appealing and deciding factor between these two smartphones. Overall display real estate win goes to the Z Fold 3, and that's obvious. Quality-wise, both of these products have excellent displays, but durability-wise, the Note 20 Ultra obviously is going to be more durable. So that's it. The next thing I want to talk about is the camera. The cameras on the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra are better than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. So if you upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra to the Z Fold 3, you're downgrading the cameras, okay? Camera quality is going to go way down. The Note 20 Ultra has one of the best cameras on the market. And remember, you can do 50 times zoom with the Note 20 Ultra if you want to. Cannot do that with the Z Fold 3. And all the cameras on the Z Fold 3 are 12 megapixels each, while Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra's main camera is 108 megapixels. And even though megapixels are not everything, the sensor quality of the Note 20 Ultra is top notch, as opposed to Z Fold 3, which is a more simplified version. So the cameras, you are going to see a downgrade. Now, one thing I do want to tell you is on the inside display of the Fold, we have an under display camera. It's only 4 megapixel. It sucks. It is there. Some people like to do video conferencing apparently, so it can do that job, but it's not going to take any kind of good selfies. But that's not a big problem because on the outside, you have a regular high quality selfie camera, just like the one you have in the Note 20 Ultra. So both of these phones have good selfie cameras, but the second selfie camera that's on the inside, the 4 megapixel one, is nothing special. But because it has that other selfie camera, that could be discarded. Now let's talk about the battery life. The Note 20 Ultra has a larger battery than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, and the Z Fold 3 has two screens, and if you're going to be using the larger screen most of the time, that battery is going to deplete faster than the Note 20 Ultra's battery. Now, if you are on the smaller screen most of the time, it might equalize, but if you are going to be using that larger screen, it's going to eat more battery. So when it comes to overall battery life, I would say the Note 20 Ultra obviously is better. If you are surrounded by chargers, none of this is ever a problem, but if you're on the go and you don't always have access to chargers, the battery life might be a concern. The Note 20 Ultra has a better battery. So, real quick, let me ask you a question. Which one of these phones is a more complete phone with minimum compromises? The answer to that question is the Note 20 Ultra. So if you have a Note 20 Ultra, I would advise you not to upgrade unless you really are appealed to the form factor of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. Because remember, the battery life is going to be less, the cameras are going to be worse, the durability is going to be worse, at least in the interior display, and there's a huge price gap. So you just want to think about these things one by one as you are about to upgrade. So for most people, I would say don't upgrade. For some people that are highly attracted to the Fold form factor with the dual design and the foldable design, you can upgrade. You're still going to be getting a great phone. There's no question about that. This phone is no joke. It's going to be expensive. It's going to come with some compromises. And if you want the S Pen, you're going to have to bulk up the phone. Now, the S Pen is $100, but Samsung is good at giving it away for free. For example, right now, if you pre-order, you are getting it for free. They give you instant credit that you can apply towards the S Pen and get it free. But later down the line, it's not going to be free. It's going to be $100 extra for the S Pen and then the case on top of that. So that's basically the end of the video. Don't upgrade unless you're really interested in the Fold 3. And if you're in the market to decide between the two, again, look at the same stuff, but also you're going to have to look at the price to see if you can afford the Fold 3 over the Note 20 Ultra. Both of these phones are expensive, $1,200 versus $1,800. If you get in early on the Fold 3 with pre-orders, you might actually get a good deal. In that case, you can kind of ignore the price, but still think about all the other things I mentioned. All right, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below. Let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?